Our products deliver OMGs, not GMOs. Ugh. Hey guys, so I'm not going to talk about why genetic modification is fine because I've talked about it in previous videos. Also, there are so many excellent articles that you can find and read for free on the internet. It's amazing. Yeah, I really think at this point, if you still think that genetic modification is bad in 2018, either you're really ignorant, in which case, look, just read up on it. Read some of the articles that I link to in the description. Or you just want to believe that GMOs are scary for whatever reason. Maybe you've just really identified as someone who is anti-GMO and you don't want to go back on that, or you think you're educated, but you're getting your information from like blog posts and the Non-GMO Project, which I'll talk about more in a minute. Anyway, Beyond Meat's announcement that they are now officially non-GMO, they've been non-GMO verified by the Non-GMO Project. This is not surprising at all. Many companies have kowtowed to the ridiculous worries of a few uneducated people who still think that genetic modification is bad. And this is even more prevalent among like vegetarian and vegan and like natural brands, like Beyond Meat. In fact, it is hard to find a vegetarian or vegan brand that does not cater to anti-GMO bullshit. Tofurkey, Dea, Follow Your Heart, Violife, Light Life, Amy's, Gardein, Just for All, whatever they're called now, Morningstar Farms, Corn, Ripple, Silk, Field Roast, Kite Hill, So Delicious, Miyoko's. The only vegan companies that I could find that don't are Soylent and Impossible Foods. They make the Impossible Burger. Soylent, they have a very long, comprehensive blog post called Proudly Made with GMOs that concludes, grave challenges face the future of our food system. There is palpable cost to denying society the value of GE crops when the risk-benefit calculus is so overwhelming in their favor. Our scientists continue to evaluate GMOs in light of the available data and relative to the practical alternatives. If we as a society aspire to improve upon our existing food system, it is critical that consumers do the same. And then again, the Impossible Burger contains genetically modified like hemoglobin, which is more environmentally friendly. And by the way, the FDA just determined like hemoglobin to be safe. I talk more about this kind of the controversy surrounding the Impossible Burger in this video. It's from a couple months ago, so I don't have that little update, but check it out anyway if you're interested. And Soylent is now in Walmart and Kroger, which is incredible. So they've been in 7-Eleven for a while, but they're now in Walmart and Kroger, which I don't know where. I haven't seen them yet. They just say they're there, right? So I don't know if they're in like every single store. I'm not sure. Also, like, where do you find them? Like, where are they kept? Are they kept, like, are they cold and kept with other beverage stuff? Like, I'm thinking of the, I think it's, what's the brand? I think it's Bolt House. They have all those smoothies and some of them are like protein smoothie kind of stuff. Like, would it be there? I don't know. Maybe it's with the, like, the protein shakes and stuff like Slim Fast. I honestly just don't even know where to look. So if any of you guys know, if you've seen it in a store and you know, like, kind of the general, area that it would be, please let me know. Okay, so back to all the other companies that do kind of cater to this pseudoscience, right? Doing this by just saying like, hey, we're GMO free. Like, that's one thing, and it's not that big of a deal because honestly, it's pretty easy to be GMO free because there just aren't that many genetically modified foods on the market. If your product doesn't contain non-organic canola oil or corn or soy, then it's probably GMO free, right? And because many vegan companies do contain organic versions of these, because of course they have to cater to organic bullshit too, like it's not that hard to just slap on a GMO free label or to just say on the website that no, our products don't contain any GMOs. It's still shit to promote this garbage and to give it any sort of attention at all. But honestly, the bigger problem that I have is with companies like Beyond Meat actually supporting the anti-GMO movement by essentially funding organizations like the Non-GMO Project, whatever it's called, right? Like, they have to pay money in order for their products to be submitted in the first place. And to be clear, most of the vegetarian and vegan companies that I mentioned, they do support the Non-GMO Project. Also, at least on the part of Beyond Meat, I think that this is a total marketing move. Like, I don't believe for a second that this technologically innovative, science-minded company is afraid of genetic modification. We feel a deep commitment to uphold our customers' trust and provide them with clean, plant-based proteins without the ingredients we know they are increasingly uncomfortable with, including GMOs. So that's from the CEO of Beyond Meat, Ethan Brown. And you'll notice that it's all about the consumer, right? It's about the consumer being uncomfortable. It's about the consumer's fears. He doesn't say anything about his own beliefs. I wonder why. So yeah, it's obviously frustrating. And I'm not the only one who's frustrated. I was pretty impressed, I guess, by all of the replies on Twitter from Beyond Meat. They announced it on Twitter, right? And like the vast majority of the replies are from people who are pissed off. Like, it's all criticism. Like, good job, Beyond Meat, for being scientifically illiterate, you dopes. And there are even people who are effectively boycotting the company. They're like, yeah, well, not buying your products now, which it sucks, but I get it. So you may be wondering if I will also be boycotting Beyond Meat and all of the other vegan companies and other companies too that are non-GMO verified, which doesn't actually mean that the products don't have GMOs, which is super funny. No, I'm not convinced that doing so would be like an overall good, a net good. The fact is that these products like the Beyond Burger and the Beyond Chicken and Tofurkey and all these things, not only are they obviously important in the fight against animal cruelty, but they're also really important in the fight against climate change. Most people don't want to live on grains and beans and fruits and vegetables and nuts, right? They just don't want to eat that way. Having yummy replacements for meat and cheese and eggs and all that kind of stuff is really important. Yeah, companies like these are super important, and obviously companies like them are popping up all the time with better and better products that are more and more realistic. They're more and more like the non-vegan products that they are trying to replicate. And also, as much as I hate supporting like anti-GMO stuff in any way, I don't really think that having non-GMO label on your product is really going to hinder the move toward genetically modified everything. As I discussed recently, a lot of consumers just do not care about GMOs. They just don't care. And the future is genetically modified whether you want it or not. It's just too valuable. Like, genetic modification, it's too efficient. It's too cost saving. It's too life saving to be brought down by a stupid butterfly. I'm sorry, butterfly. It's not your fault. You're not stupid. Someone else put you up to this. You had no say. But I could just be biased. I mean, look, you guys know I love these products. I love Beyond Meat. I love Tofurkey. I don't want to give this stuff up. So of course I'm going to say like, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal, right? The final thing I'll say, again, these products being organic, almost all of them are, they have at least some organic ingredients like soy. That costs money too. Like, that costs us money because it's going to increase the price of the product, because organic soy, organic corn, whatever, is more expensive than conventional stuff. Like, I would love to know how much cheaper this stuff could be if they would just use conventional shit, genetically modified soy. That would be amazing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, comments, questions down below. Let me know what you think about this. If it's anti-GMO shit, like, I don't want to hear it. No one else wants to hear it. Just... I'm not saying you're not welcome here, but it's just, it's a level of discourse that is so childish, and it's just the same talking points brought up over and over again that have been debunked over and over again. And again, like, if you're just, I don't know, it makes my head hurt. Like the GMO labeling video that I did, and just reading some of the comments, it's so painful. That's when I hate my job, to be honest. Knowing that there are so many people watching my videos that are so anti-science, ultimately. Like, you really think that you're smarter than the experts? That you're smarter than the people who literally study this for a living? Yeah, it's depressing. I gotta be honest, it's real depressing. It's like flat Earth at this point. Like, we've been at this point, let's be real. Like, the evidence has been really clear about genetic modification. So I feel like if I did a video about flat earthers or something, and there was just a bunch of like, you're wrong, the earth is flat in the comments, like, again, I would be equally depressed. But I would love to read comments just about this whole thing. If you are gonna boycott Beyond Meat, I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Again, I understand where people are coming from totally. And I know there are people who've said in the past that they just do not buy any of this shit. Like anything that has the butterfly on it, they don't buy it, period. Yeah, so I'd love to hear from you. And that's it. Subscribe. That's cool. Support the channel. Patreon.com/unnaturalvegan. And I'll have a new video very soon.